Hello. Welcome to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Last episode we had gone ahead and gotten our cooling loop set up, right? I had just extended this out into these two areas to better, distribute the cooling, and it's working really well, right? This is only just a couple cycles after last episode, and it's doing a good job at keeping not only the base cool, but this area around it. So, this episode, there's a couple things I want to do, but first things first, I think what we're going to do is we're going to redo our base here over on the second asteroid, because we really haven't been giving it that much attention, and I want to have at max 5 duplicates on this asteroid, and to do that right, we're going to need to have 5 bedrooms, and to have the space for that, I decided to go for a more vertical style base here, at least for like the bedrooms and stuff. So we'll see how this ends up working, and if it does, I haven't done something like this before, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start working on and building this new little area. Alrighty, so gone ahead and emptied out the old base and built this new one. This one's a lot smaller, but so far I am actually really liking it. I like being challenged with compactness, right, and having to deal with these restrictions. But okay, so we got power up here, our normal, dispenser for sweeping, crafting station for our gas masks, and the mini pod we moved over here. Once again, normally you can't move your mini pod, but I got a mod that lets me do it. There is a bit of polluted oxygen left in here, but the duplicates will slowly breathe it and get rid of it. And oh, the carbon skimmer's not running because it doesn't have any water. I was like, the carbon skimmer should be running. We'll go ahead and get some liquid into that carbon skimmer. But with that, I am really happy. The decor is much better, and we've gone ahead and grabbed a new duplicate for this place. Their name is Rowan. They focus on supplying and tidying, very similar to Ruby, but it'll help in construction and such, right? So, with that, however, I did send over a bunch of the pickled meal and the muck root from our main base over to this one, because we're mostly eating barbecue over there. But, one thing is we do need to reset up the farm over here, right? And to do that, we need to... I honestly, like, there's not that much else we need to build here. We can build the farm in here. Right, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We just have a bit of a farm in here. We'll put it in here for now, and then, in the future, if we want to do something else to these rooms, we can. Right, but we pretty much already have, right? Nope, wrong. We have our great hall, we have a recreation room, we have a kitchen. We each have their little bedrooms and such. One thing I'm gonna probably do is go ahead and put in where what am I looking for? Looking for a flower pot. There we go. Granite. And I'm thinking we'll send some plastic over as well. I think plastic is industrial ingredient? Nope, that is reed fiber. Refine? Manufacturing material? Yes. Plastic. So go ahead and let some people deliver plastic on over here. Because we got 11.7 tons of it, right? And we can use it to make some plastic ladders and bedding. Go ahead and let this empty out. And oh, he's frozen. There we go. Allow manual use. Come back over here, and we'll set all of these to mallow seeds. We'll set this guy to fog bucket, priority 6. Plant, copy settings. Easy peasy. And we are going to deconstruct these beds and replace them with fancy beds. And we'll go ahead and put in some... Oh my god. That takes up a lot of plastic. Alright, we'll do the beds first then. Do the beds first. Alrighty, so we've gone ahead and built beds over there, but real quickly what I wanted to do was, right, so I've gone ahead and built a little catcher underneath our cool slush geyser we've had before. I'm thinking we're going to start sending this over to the secondary asteroid to help give polluted water for their bog buckets, right? So what we're going to need to do is get a tapidizer, just like we did before. No, we'll go there. We can start that. And we are going to have you come down one, and we're going to do automation, thermosensor. And we're going to get ourselves, plug you into there, and plug the NOT gates just below it. Go ahead and grab our large power transformer, and put that guy in there, and we'll say if it gets if it is below 10 degrees Celsius, because that's the minimum temperature for a bog bucket, right? So this tapidizer, liquid tapidizer, is going to be working actually quite hard to heat up this water, because it's coming out at negative 10 degrees Celsius. So, nope, that's not the right thing. Here it is. Negative 10 degrees Celsius. But it will overall just be better, right? And it'll be less work for these guys. And then I can go ahead and dig this up and dig this up, and we'll actually go ahead and put in hydroponic farm, so we can directly pipe in the liquid rather than them having to manually deliver it, right? We can do plumbing, insulated gas pipes, use rock, have that bad boy in, from here, have it jump across, just like so. Jump, and jump, and jump. Go ahead and let them build that. Alright, yeah. There it goes. Should start doing that. Now, because of this, we are probably going to need to do some insulated tiles. Yeah, we'll go all the way up. Yeah, we'll go all the way up. Alright, we'll go ahead and let them do that. Alrighty, so gone ahead and worked on our secondary asteroid, the base that is, right? And what I wanted to do after that is to start getting into rocketry, right? With that, I've gone ahead and hooked up our carbon dioxide tanks that we've been storing carbon dioxide in, and brought it all the way up here and built ourselves a rocket platform. Also gone ahead and built us a telescope, and I did record all of this building, but the footage corrupted, which was super fun. And I didn't really want to go load back because, you know, nothing too crazy happened. So all that really happened was we discovered the space around here. We discovered this asteroid, which is a radioactive and metal-rich asteroid. And we discovered a sandy ore field and a retired planetary excursion module. This will allow us to mine it for sandstone, sand, algae, and copper ore. Also, we can get an artifact from it, and then you can get an artifact from this place as well. So, with that, I think we're going to start our new rocket. We're going to do a carbon dioxide engine and make it out of steel. We're going to use carbon dioxide engine just because we have a bunch of carbon dioxide right now, and it's not too difficult. I've also gone ahead and done some research to get space power, and to also get, here it is, the durable life support and the orbital data collection lab. This allows you to turn plastic into data banks, which is used in the virtual planetarium for all of this orange research, right? It's super helpful and useful. I think the next thing we're going to want to research is the drill cone. Yeah. Drill cone would be useful. So we'll start that research line. And yep, that's turned on. Good. Go ahead and let everyone get started on that research. Carbon dioxide. So this red border is the max height that you can build your rocket based on the engine you use, right? So we're going to go ahead and put on a battery module. And then above that, we're going to put on a solar panel module. And I want to put on a spacefarer module, the big one. The problem is then we can't put on a basic nose cone. So we don't have enough space. Which is kind of annoying. I really like... I guess we could do hydrocarbon propulsion and use petroleum as power. That would allow for us to have a rocket that can go further, or that can be taller, right? And then we can have the spacefarer module. The difference is you have the spacefarer module is a lot bigger than your normal module. So for now, we're going to deconstruct this and use a normal module for height reasons. Go ahead and do artifact module. Go ahead and add that artifact module on, and then above this we'll just add a basic solo spacefarer nose cone. We'll sweep that up later. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and let the duplicants build this up. Piece Venus 5. Alrighty, so... Here's the real fun part. So you're super limited on your space in here, and you gotta fit a lot of stuff in here. Gets easier with the bigger module, right? But for these smaller ones, it's a little bit more difficult. I have to sit here and think on how I want to do this. Be right back. Alrighty, so here's the idea. We're going to use some airflow tiles, and we are going to go ahead and put those bad boys right there. Then we're going to go into plumbing and get ourselves an outhouse. Build this out of granite, why not? Just so it looks a little nice. We're going to do oxygen, set up our diffuser, and we are going to put in a storage bin right next to it. Then we're going to come up here to stations, And build ourselves an orbital collection lab. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I think that is good. I got these two backwards. Because we need to have a ladder to get up there. We can go ahead and do that. Well, No, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, so then we're gonna come in here and do, not industrial ingredients, manufacturing material, plastic. There's a lot of plastic in here. And we're gonna get some algae in here as well. We'll go ahead and let people fill this up. And we're gonna basically let them fill this up with enough algae and plastic that we're happy with. Then we're gonna deconstruct it and replace it with an oxygen diffuser, right? Then, on the inside here, we're gonna get ourselves a power outlet fitting. And we're gonna plug this guy in. And we are going to set ourselves up a wire. Just like so. Just so we can have it for the oxygen diffuser and the orbital data collection lab. They're not going to have a bed, sadly, but such is life. Alright, so I think we have quite a bit of stuff in here I'm happy with. We can go ahead and deconstruct that. And then we'll do oxygen. Nope, oxygen diffuser. Build that in the corner. And then you want to come over here and make sure you set this to grounded, right? Because if you don't, people will come in and try to use the outhouse, right? Which is something we don't want. I'm going to go ahead and let them get started on that. I was going to research on the better hydrocarbon propulsion. Getting there. Getting there. Now we are going to have to send... Actually, alright, let's go take a look at Meep. What is he good at, right? We could get Meep into... applied science research materials. Can anyone use this thing? Errands. Status? Properties? I think anyone can do this. So, honestly, Meep can be our pilot. I was originally thinking we were going to have to use Rin, because he's the scientist. But I think since anyone can use this, then we can go ahead and say... Yeah, okay. So here's the plan. We're going to do View Interior, we're going to go to Skills, and we're going to give Meep Rocket Piloting 2. Because he likes it. And, what are we missing? Food. Obviously. We need food in here. Oh boy. We're gonna go ahead and destroy our ladder again and build a refrigerator, get some food in here, and then deconstruct the refrigerator again. Alrighty, food, refrigerator, sandstone. Place that down. Go ahead and let them do that. And we're going to go ahead and change where we want to launch, right? So we can go over here to the excursion module, but I kind of want to go down to the sandy ore field, right? So we have a total of 6 tiles that this rocket can move at full fuel, right? Meaning we want to only do 3 so we can have the 3 tiles to go back home. Alright, so we're going to set it to the 3 tiles away, which is the sandy ore field. And we're gonna set its crew to good old Meep. Which, by the way, Meep can wear a new hat. Rocket piloting too. And then we're gonna go ahead and set this to edible. And we're gonna want to put in muck root and pickled meal. Basically stuff that can last a while. Set this to priority 6. So people can go ahead and deliver the food. Alright. No more pending deliveries, so we didn't really have that much food left. Go ahead and deconstruct that. Alright. Take our ladder. Come on, Hassan. Hurry it up. And we got about 10,000 rations on board. Okay. Not terrible. Should be plenty for them to get where they need. So, with that, we can go ahead and do this. And we can begin our launch sequence. Now, most of the flight, Meep's going to be in his suit, right? So he's not going to be using up the oxygen in the ship until he runs out of, you know, oxygen in his suit. So as you can see, he's outputting carbon dioxide at a very hot temperature. And there he goes. Now, one downside to the little module here is if you look, the radiation's really bad right here in the center. We're actually the duplicate's going to spend most of their day, which is a very big downside, but it's just something you have to deal with. And I'm just not realizing I didn't have to use an outhouse because I could have just used... It's down here in plumbing. Am I crazy? I don't have it researched yet. The wall toilet, which is something we are going to need in the future. So let's actually real quickly research the wall toilet. And we're going to go ahead. There's supposed to be a rocket here. I don't know why it's not showing the rocket. That's weird. But Meep's on his way. And he's doing absolutely fantastic. Go ahead and check our blueprints. We'll take some more algae. And we'll mop this up. And mop that up. When will this be active? 0.2 cycles. Alrighty. Alrighty. Should be getting research on. Yep. Okay, so next thing I want to work on is, and I'm probably gonna do this off camera and just show y'all what I do instead, because this, first of all, is not the most efficient design, because if an egg gets laid over here in these corners, like for example this egg right here, then my auto sweepers can't get them. It's been kind of annoying, and I know there's a lot better Dreco farm designs out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I need to build 2 of them, because the problem is we're slowly replacing all our normal Drecos with glossy Drecos, and we are not getting a lot of reed fiber, but a bunch of plastic, right? Which is good, but we need reed fiber as well. So what I'm gonna do is redesign this and work on that, and I will come back with the better design, and then we'll go ahead and build the second one. Alrighty, so we've been sitting here long enough to take the artifact, and I've now gone ahead and set our rocket back to our main asteroid, which I am still a little working on this project, but I will keep you all updated. Alrighty, so what I've done is I just decreased the size of the room. So we originally had it as a 96 room. I lessened our ceiling by 1, and I pushed the wall to the left our right wall to the left by 1. It means we can only have a max of 6 critters in here, but honestly, it's fine. I don't really feel like going through the effort of building a super crazy complex Dreco farm just yet. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to build a duplicate copy of this one right next to it, and we'll have a door separating the 2 of them. And then we'll have this one dedicated to glossy and this one dedicated to normal Drecos, I think is the plan. or at least is a good plan in my opinion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and set that up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put in some more of those tiles. And then we're gonna have door here, space, ladder. And we shouldn't need this ladder anymore. More of that. Have our critter drop off here. Shearing station and grooming station. And then we'll go ahead and put it on all the automation. Alrighty, so we got into a vacuum now. So what we're going to do is install a door up here. Just going to flood the room with hydrogen. Yep. Oh. We don't want to take any of that hydrogen out. We can get rid of that pump. And then we're going to go ahead and deconstruct this building down here as well. And we're going to put some pneumatic doors in between the two. Check that as well. And deconstruct this power line. So these should be two separate rooms now, 80 and 80. This one is set to just Drecos. This one is set to glossy Drecos. And there is still enough gas to keep things half and half. Nice. Alrighty. So we've now hopefully made it a bit more efficient for both our reed fiber and our plastic now. We kind of dedicate them off to their own thing. So our rocket ship came back. Right? And it came back with a very big rock as our artifact, right? So you can come down here to station and you can get artifact analysis station. Now this does require a artist, right? It requires an artist, I believe, with the second one. Yeah, not aesthetic design. Is it aesthetic? Yeah, aesthetic design will give you artifact analysis. So we're going to go ahead and let them build that. And then we're also going to build, underneath stations, a virtual planetarium. This will allow us to use all of these data banks that we created while in space to start researching with them, right? Such as, for example, hydrocarbon propulsion, and also things like, high velocity destruction, and high velocity transportation, etc., etc. I like to put all my banks right next to the virtual planetarium. That allows me to go ahead and store them. And there we go. Rin has gone ahead and started researching. And immediately stopped because of his schedule. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to do blueprint. Get some steel. Go ahead. Close. We should have... I think Nisbet's on the way of grabbing our artifact and bringing it down here. What is Nisbet up to? I think Nisbet's delivering some eggshells, and then... yeah, there we go. Go, Nisbet, go! There we go. So, Amari's gonna go ahead and get started on that. And we are finished. Awesome. So you can go ahead now. I already have an artifact due to corrupt footage and such, but we pretty much just showed the entire process. But we're gonna go ahead and stick this also in our. Why is there a Dreco? Why is there a Dreco just loose in the base? Please capture him. Are we at 6 of 6? Okay, just kill him. We'll get the meat. And artifacts are way, way down the list. There it is. Moldavite. So we'll go ahead and let auto deliver that. Now, if you go and look at your decor levels, right, this thing gives a lot, right? So the pedestal is plus 84, plus 84. They output a vast majority of decor, so they're really good to put in places that may not look very nice, right? But on ahead, and yep, we finished hydrocarbon propulsion, so we'll keep working on that drill cone, and we can go ahead and get rid of our old rocket and start replacing it with some new stuff. I'm thinking we'll do the interior of the rocket next episode, and we will just build up the main body of it. Actually, no, there's no reason to deconstruct that because we're going to have it on the next rocket anyways. But we can go ahead and swap this with a small petroleum rocket. Now, the small petroleum rocket, right, we're not going to be using the carbon dioxide anymore, so that can just go right back into storage. Here, you know what, we'll do this. Just swap the bridge. Or, well, actually cancel. And we'll actually just bam and put a high pressure gas vent there and just empty out this pipe. We can use this for oxygen delivery into the rocket later, actually. We can just deconstruct that to there, because we're actually going to need petroleum, right? But as you can see, our rocket is a lot taller than it could be before, right? So we can go ahead and get that. And we can add onto here a bunch of stuff now that's gonna be useful. Now, here's the real question. I think we should get a second battery module. Actually, we don't really need 2 batteries. We need 2 solar panels. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get some more glass, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the rocket is done, right? Or at least done for how I like it right now. You know, eventually we'll add a drill cone and maybe some solid storage and such, right? But this is good for now. And next episode we'll go ahead and redesign our inside here. So what I'm gonna do in between episodes is get a pipe all we brought up here from petroleum, right? But what I've done real quickly is set up a quick refinement for crude oil, right? And the way I do this is I have crude oil coming in from our other asteroid, right up into this liquid reservoir, which then will go into the oil refinery, which turns crude oil into petroleum. That'll go into this liquid reservoir, and I hooked it up to a bridge here, right? Which means it'll want to take the bridge priority over anything else I plug into this input area. Meaning, whenever I want, if I'm running really low on plastic, I can quickly turn some petroleum into plastic using this polymer press, right? And then that'll only work if this line for the bridge is full, right? And the exit of this bridge will come out this way and come up and then, you know, plug into our rocket, right? Now, the reason why I set my polymer press up like this, right, is I put it on some metal tiles and made the metal tiles out of gold to conduct heat and disperse it well. And then I've gone ahead and used solid metal tiles so I can pour in a layer of water. This is all because this polymer press, when it's running, heats up really, really quickly. It heats up to a high degree very quickly, right? And putting it on these gold tiles in water will help keep this thing at a nice cool temperature as our cooling loop runs through these golden tiles, right? So the heat will come in here, dispense into the water will dispense into the gold, and then the gold will dispense the heat into our cooling loop, etc., right? We also have as this thing creates plastic, it's going to create an excess of carbon dioxide. You can just pipe that up into a high pressure gas vent, or you can store it, or you can put it wherever you want, right? So with that, I think that's the end of today's episode. We've gone ahead and done quite a bit. That's for another free 200 glass that we can go ahead and add to our solar panel assembly here. Next episode, like I said, I'm going to do the interior of the rocket, and we'll probably do our next big kind of expansion. Research-wise, I'm going to finish up the drill cone, and then the next thing I want to focus on is... Where are you? There is a module that is really neato burrito, but I can't quite remember where it is. Have I already researched it? No? Rocketry? Maybe I already have it, and I'm just not realizing it. No, I don't have it. Give me 1 second. Okay, I finally found it. It's way down here at the bottom. It's called the cartographic module. Basically, you throw this as one of the modules on your rocket, and basically as your rocket is flying, it can fly into unknown tiles, right? And discover the tiles as it flies through them, which means it allows you to go further off the map. What you can also do is inside your rocket, you can go ahead and install yourself a telescope somewhere in here, and your duplicate can also mobilely discover more tiles around where the rocket currently is, which is something that I usually do. So, with that, I hope you all have a nice day. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.